Hey, family, welcome to the video version of my journal. I'm Steffanie Rivers. Come on in, kings and queens, and welcome to the conversation. You're watching my video journal. I'm Steffanie Rivers. I'm multicasting on YouTube and Facebook Live, LinkedIn, and Twitter. So, whatever platform you're watching on, I want to say thanks for being here and welcome to the conversation. And here's what I want to talk to you about today. Have you ever been going about your day and you run across someone who you knew decades ago? Or maybe it's somebody that you didn't even know, but they knew you based on some deed that you did for someone else. And they say something like, you know what? I just want you to know that whatever you did or whatever you said or whatever you wrote, the video that you did, it has really helped me and really changed my life. Maybe you've had that happen to you. Maybe it was like an old classmate. A lot of people have this happen. A classmate you met at a reunion or something, and they say something along the lines of, I used to adore you. I thought you were so cute or you were so nice. And you're like, I didn't even know you existed. You don't say that, but to yourself, you're like, I didn't know what I did impacted you. And that probably has happened to a lot of us. And so that's what we're going to talk a little bit about today, right after this. Hi, I'm Steffanie Rivers, and I want justice for Breonna Taylor because the police officers involved showed reckless disregard for her life and the lives of her neighbors. Her. So you're saying she essentially died on the floor right there?
The second that she got shot, she was.
Family, did the city of Birmingham, did anybody say, did the church, did anybody say there's more to
Hello, welcome to the video version of my journal. I'm Steffanie Rivers. Welcome to the conversation and Happy New Year to you. If this is your first time seeing my videos, be sure to like, share, and subscribe so that when I post new videos, you'll be the first to know. And if you are returning, I want to welcome you back. I'm getting new subscribers every day. I had the latest subscriber's name written down somewhere, but I don't see it right now. But I am seeing you becoming my subscribers, and I want to say thanks so much. So, have you ever been in a position where you thought you were just going about your day, and then somebody lets you know that how you behave or what you did for someone else or an action that you took years past or maybe 10 minutes ago, it really impacted them and they just want to say thank you? That happens to me frequently. And I want to talk about being the change that you hope to see. When I'm at work, I have an opportunity where I can do thank you cards for people who I cross paths with. So I make it my business. And sometimes I have to laugh at myself because I am so adamant that I write these thank you cards to people, and it's not like a requirement. And I tell myself, Steph, it's not like it's a requirement, but I try to make it a requirement for me because I just want to be an impact in the lives of people. And so one of the things I do is I write cards that say, have a great day, or I hope the experience that you've had in my presence has been impactful in a positive way on your day. If they happen to be sleeping or something or taking a nap and then they wake up, and I say, I hope you got the well-deserved rest. Now let's wake up and rise and shine and go conquer something. And just letting them know, I might have had to get some rest, but now I'm ready. I'm refreshed. So the response that I get, I don't do it for the response, but the response that I get is sometimes, oh, I appreciate so much what you did. And sometimes the response is like nothing. It's like, I never said a word. And sometimes when the people leave, they throw the cars on the floor. You can see the cars on the floor, they walk over them and stuff. And so it's just amazing at, sometimes what you go out of your way to do, and you would be surprised at the difference in the response that you get. And so that's what I try to do, just to bring a little light to people's lives as they cross my path most of the time. So when I think of the deaths of icons like civil rights attorney Lani Guinier and groundbreaking thespian Sidney Poitier, Lani Guinier was 71, Poitier was 94. She died last Friday. He died a few days before she did. And when I think of people like these people who have gone on and the impact that they made while they were here, it makes me sad for their families and other people who were personally connected to them, because they didn't make most of their life choices were life choices that affected not just themselves, but the life choices that they made affected the lives of their lineage, their community, and hundreds of thousands, if not millions of other people. And that is something that is rare to find. It's rare to find someone that is making decisions these days. It's hard to find people who make decisions that are not selfish decisions. And it's hard to be unselfishly concerned about other people when in this day and time, most people are only concerned about themselves and what affects their bottom line. So it makes you wonder, and it makes me wonder, and it makes me ask, like going back to those cards, it's not taking anything away from me to do those cards. But I often sometimes think to myself, like, how hard is it to just say thanks? Somebody gave you a nice card and wished you well, and you like throw it on the floor and stuff. So you can't do it for other people. You have to do it for yourself and how it makes you feel to know that you're trying to make a positive impact. And so it is a daily struggle, right up there with, do I take these last few dollars that I have and go do something, engage in a, what's it called? A guilty pleasure? Or do I take this money and give it to the person who is standing at the street corner at the stoplight asking me for money? Sometimes, you overthink it, like they're going to do this, that, and the third with the money. I'm not giving them the money. Or you could just do it because you have some extra dollars and you want to just help somebody. How they use it, and once it leaves your hands, that's not up to you. You did your part. And so sometimes I look at things like that. It's as simple as, a choice between, do I sit here watching my streaming shows and that's all I'm ever going to do is just sit and take, whether it's a pleasure, just watching TV and not doing anything? Or am I going to get up and go volunteer and help some kids? And it doesn't even have to be out and about. It could be on your computer, helping them to get math done or something like that. So if there are a lot of decisions that we make that can positively affect other people. And that's the question that I'm asking you today, because the question is, what are you doing? What are your personal sacrifices in being the change that you hope to see in the world? So I would encourage you to start making decisions that aren't just for you and yours, but what's the greater good for the people who look like you and yours? And sometimes that might cause you to spend time or spend money or go out of your way for people, and you don't know what the end result will be. But I would say make the commitment to be the change that you hope to see. It might be in your family. I have relatives, or I have friends rather, who are having issues with family members. And, nobody wants to be the one to say, I'm sorry. Nobody wants to be the one to sit down and say, you know what? You hurt me when you did that. And so just for fear of being overlooked, or just because you don't want to put yourself out there. And so you might be the person to be that bigger person in your family. It might take you to make the decision to be a community a volunteer or a community activist. And because you never know how that's going to change your community, your world, and your family. And do it with the understanding that you might not get a thank you right away. And hell, they might never thank you. But if you know that it's the best thing to do, just do it, because it was the right thing to do. In the long run, that change could make a difference that will be felt long past when you're here. And most of the time, those are the types of changes that are for the better. If it's not something that you can feel, get thanks for right away, or that people feel right away. Sometimes you have to put yourself out there, and risk being ridiculed, risk being called a name or two, or, just take a risk. Like, what's life all about if you don't take a risk sometimes? And so that's what I encourage you to do today. Make a decision to do something different that not just affects you and makes you happy, but affects other people and makes them happy and maybe better. And that's what I would encourage you to do. Short, simple request that could be, hopefully you've been thinking about how you can be a better person for your family, for your generational lineage, and for your community. And hopefully you have your eye on some things, or a project, or a challenge, something that's going to be better in the long run. So I would encourage you to do it. I have chosen something that I want to do, and then I'm going to talk to you about it later, because I think the impact will be great. And of course, what's the acronym? WIFF? What's in it for me? WITFF. What's in it for me? And so, it's okay for you to get something out of it other than the warm, fuzzy feeling, but just knowing that other people are going to benefit from it, because most people don't care about what you know until they understand how much you care about them. And then they care about what you know. So show somebody else in your world that you care about something in someone else other than you and yours, and you'd be surprised at the response and the doors that will open and the connections that you might get. And that's it. To find out more about the things that I care about, you can go to the written version of my journal. It's at eurweb.com. Thanks, and you have a super